My name is Tim Crofts, he, him, and I'm a musician and creative improviser.
What led you to that path versus your classical music background?
You know, I was engaged in those kinds of studies and I was very dedicated to them. But I began to ask questions about self-expression. You know, how do I achieve a means of expressing that which is important to me in the moment? And what that meant is that I literally changed paths. I sort of became an improviser, meaning mentally I was like, what does that mean? Who is it I need to find to communicate? How do I create community through that and stuff like this? Radically changed perspective. And I think it was one of those situations that sometimes you experience in life where you make a decision, you immediately know it's right? And it immediately fits, like putting on an article of clothing that fits, sort of perfectly. I went on a trip on my own to Europe, and I traveled, and I saw all kinds of music, but I also was alone with myself, which I think is so important. And I started to talk to myself and ask questions. And I came to this realization that I'd always been a musician, in fact, and had always wanted to pursue that, but it felt that there were family pressures that meant that I couldn't. So I came home and I quit neuroscience, which is what I was studying at the time, and I started playing piano all the time. And I should say I didn't start playing piano until I was 19. I was a guitar player as a kid. I played all kinds of different instruments. But when I was 19, I turned onto the piano and I've never looked back.
So is there a particular work that you're most proud of?
I did do a piece called "If You Remove Me from the Hinge, We Can Swing Freely on the Breeze." When I did that during COVID, actually, and for 7 grand pianos. And I was lucky that there was an art gallery where, actually at Dalhousie, all the pianos had been put in the basement. And someone asked me, like, can you figure out something to do? I said, yeah, easily. So I set up 7 grand pianos. I put EBOs in them, etc. And then we overdubbed it 3 times. Video overdubbed and sound overdubbed. And it became this like big tone poem that was sort of like triple improvised, if you will. And I used a lot of different textural stuff for that. So I really discovered something new. And a lot of it, honestly, was because it was during COVID. And as everybody remembers, we couldn't interact with each other. So it was a kind of work that for me became very conceptual because I was collaborating entirely with myself. You know, there was nobody else. And I think the end result was sort of a high point for me in terms of manipulation of sound at the piano and making different sounds at the piano and trying experimental things.
So what does this award mean to you?
It needs recognition, I think. You know, I've never received an award.
Okay.
For anything.
Wow.
I don't think I've not received an award like this before. So it is kind of thrilling in its own way. Because, let's face it, as much as each of us, or particularly me, has just said, like, I don't care if people listen to my music, and I don't care about this, and I don't care about that. But the truth is, I do care about all of those things. I just don't let them necessarily govern what it is that I'm doing. So it's like, that is a thing. You know, I just turned 50. And
Congrats.
I got it this far. Congratulations. You know, and so I've been at this for some time, decades, you know, 30 odd years. So it does feel good because you want to know that the universe knows that you're there, you're out there, and you're doing things. And that it's a Nova Scotia Arts Award. I'm a musician, but it's an arts award, meaning it's being recognized with other artists involved in other disciplines. And so for me, that's a great honor as well, is to be like part of, you know, included with these other artists. It's recognition, and that is important.